He's back. You want to try it at home? Don't try this at home. Don't try this ever. Stick to the kids' meal.
Breakfast at home with a competitive eater is never a regular sized meal. Luckily, Temu has many options and something for everybody. I got this huge cereal bowl and big jug off Temu. The bowl is actually a 5-litre Tupperware container, which can be used for many things. But of course, I'm using it for a supersized cereal bowl. Now, what goes with a supersized cereal bowl for a supersized breakfast? A supersized spoon, of course. This morning, I'm eating Fruit Loops and Cheerios. To be honest, I haven't eaten cereal since I did the Cereal Killers Challenge. But now I can replicate this breakfast feast at home in Sydney with these Temu products. Temu is your one-stop online shop for literally anything you need, and I have included a discount code below for you to use as a first-time shopper. It will even give you a 90% discount off my products shown in this video and listed below. Download the Temu app through the link in the description box to get some big discounts. Some of the products are even up to 90% off when you use this code at the checkout. Final scraps going in. I'm officially full of cereal and ready to face the day. Competitive eating can get quite messy at times. Luckily, I also found this cool handheld vacuum cleaner and mini table cleaner to clean up my mess. These vacuums are so easy to use. Even Kennedy can now clean up her mess. This mini vacuum is perfect for your desk, at work or at home to clean up your snack crumbs. And the best part is, they even had a high-powered, lightweight, portable vacuum cleaner so I could quickly clean up my tracks and my wife will never know who ate all the cereal. Be sure to check out Temu and make sure you grab my code and product details below to score yourself a cheeky discount. Okay, that's breakfast, now let's head to the gym. It was one of those mornings. I was tired even though I slept like a rock. Luckily, Nutrition Express supplying my caffeine hit for the morning. A quick 450 milligrams just before back day. Wide grip lat pull downs for sets of 10, and then T-bar rows for sets of 8. Then onto some narrow neutral grip pull downs, slightly heavier for sets of 10. And then finish off my back workout with some dumbbell bent over rows. Probably one of my most favorite exercises because you don't need a lot of weight to feel the stretch. And then of course, a quick bicep pump. Now we are on our way to Randwick to visit Mannys, Phillies and Pizza. I knew they had something a little crazy in store for me, so I made sure I got my jaw exercises in before I got there. I'm a marketing phenomenon.
All right guys, today we're at Manny's Randwick and I'm here to take on the largest Philly cheesesteak Sydney has to offer.
That largest Philly cheesesteak was a tongue-in-cheek kind of comment. But when they started putting this all together, I was actually starting to realize this has to be one of the biggest Philly cheesesteaks ever. I don't even know where they found a bread roll that big. Now it's pretty cool that Mannys is bringing Philly cheesesteak to Australia, but with a cool twist. Not just your typical steak, cheese, onions, and capsicum filling. They make a range of sauces and different fillings. I was actually looking forward to vegetables for once, because we all know cheesesteaks are very dense. All right, now for the hero. The cheesesteak is being cooked on the grill. It literally took up the whole grill. And I knew I was gonna be in for a battle. So much so, they served it with a side of chicken poppers. Gone are the days of French fries or side salads. Manny's definitely doesn't muck around. When it was time to add the cheesesteak to the bread roll, I was in for a challenge in every sense of the word. But this is what I came here to do, and I was actually excited because I love a Philly cheesesteak.
Hey guys, what's going on? James here, Webby Kenny. Tonight we're at Manny's Philly and Pizza in Randwick, and I have something special for you. I have their Manny's cheesesteak, Webby size. This thing is massive. It's longer than my arm. I want to give this a go, guys. It's about 5 kilos in weight. I've never had a cheesesteak this big before, but there's a first time for everything. Let's do this. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
literally had no idea how to get started. So I just put my head down and tried to Python it, because there was no way I was able to pick up something this big.
This is delicious.
And although my strategy looked strange, it was definitely effective. I was getting the whole cheesesteak, from the salad to the meat to the bread, all in one hit. So that was always going to be much easier to eat and really help with flavor fatigue. The crunch from the bread roll, the freshness of the salad, and the cheesesteak, wow, what a combo. And I was making pretty good time. I know if I could just Python a little bit more, tear off a few more chunks, I would be able to pick it up eventually. I actually tried a few times to wedge my hand underneath and kind of get some leverage, but it wasn't working. The thing was going to fall apart, it was that heavy. And we all know cheesesteak can get very messy, so I wanted to keep this together as much as possible.
Halfway?
Halfway.
Whose idea was this? Oh. Got the cheesesteak sweats. Still juice.
I was about halfway at just over the 6-minute mark. Whilst that seems very quick and seems like I'm getting somewhere, man, I was getting full. This cheesesteak was so dense. But it's all downhill from here.
Good fried chicken. Did you say 10?
It's like 10 OG cheesesteaks.
Thanks.
You heard it. This is over 10 OG cheesesteaks.
This is packed. Still too heavy to pick up. It'll just go everywhere. So I'll get there.
Most people have one. Some people even share one. So this was definitely a lot of food, and I was definitely feeling it.
Sorry.
Is that good? Is that?
Satisfying burp.
Finally, I got the sandwich down to a size where I could pick it up. So it was going to be much easier to eat this last portion. Not to mention, I was having some of the chicken poppers to break up the flavor. Definitely satisfying, but man, so filling. I was starting to get to my limits.
Oh man. This thing is never ending.
Whilst I knew I was making progress, every time I looked down, it felt like nothing was disappearing off this tray.
He's back. You want to try it at home? There's vegetables, I promise.
But 15 minutes down, I finally had a somewhat normal-sized sandwich in my hands.
Sorry.
But I definitely had an unbelievable amount of food already in my stomach.
Sorry.
Honestly, you all know I'm not the biggest fan of vegetables, but actually the lettuce and tomato was saving me right now. Cheesesteak is so dense. Steak and cheese is very fatty and makes you so thirsty.
Home stretch.
It's what I keep telling myself. Almost there.
But actually, the vegetables were helping keeping me refreshed and not drink too much. So although I was getting full, my flavor fatigue was somewhat under control.
How much I saw late later on the crowd?
I'll be sleeping here. You can do what you want. Don't try this at home, brother. Don't try this at home. Don't try this ever. Stick to the kids' meal.
I think this is going to be one of the most longest home stretches in history. I don't actually know how much more I can eat. Some of the kids definitely couldn't believe what they were witnessing. To be honest, I couldn't believe it either. I was getting it done somehow. I knew I was in for an almighty struggle and I was really getting full. I even tried to use the chicken poppers because some delirious thought in my head thought they would help.
This is bigger than fat cells.
Oh yeah, because I had top.
Yeah. This is bigger.
For all of you that know, or some of you that don't know, Fat Sal's probably makes the biggest sandwich challenge ever. I'm one of only 3 or 4 people to complete it. And that challenge is situated in Los Angeles. And we all know there's many great eaters in America.
Definitely not.
So that definitely puts that challenge into perspective, and most definitely puts this sandwich into bigger perspective. The 30-minute mark fast approaching, I knew I had to get this done. It's definitely struggle town right about now, but I had the kids and the families cheering me on, so I had to get this done.
Almost.
36 minutes down, and this is definitely hurting. But like I said, I was in for a challenge, and this is what I came here for. At this point, I was so glad that the chicken poppers were just a garnish.
Yay!
Oh,
That was awesome.
oh, thank you.
How did you do that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. All right, there you have it, guys. Sydney's, I dare say Australia's largest Philly cheesesteak. 36 minutes something. Done. Until we eat again, it won't be for at least till tomorrow. See ya. Done.